In today's discussion, I will give you a comprehensive plan for improving your English language. Okay, before starting our discussion, I would like to share a few things with you. First of all, you must know that there are four language skills, and the correct order of practicing those skills is number one, listening, number two, speaking, number three, reading, and number four, writing. So, before starting your language program, you must keep this thing in your mind that there are four language skills and they must be learned and followed in the same sequence, in the same order. Listening supports speaking and reading supports writing. So, two skills, the listening and reading, these are of fundamental importance because they support the other two skills. When you listen a lot, speaking comes automatically from listening. So you don't have to focus on speaking, you have to focus on listening. Listen a lot on daily basis. That will improve your speaking automatically. And then comes reading. If you read a lot, that will improve your writing skills. So writing comes from reading, and that is also an automatic process. Writing is an automatic process. We don't have to focus on writing, we have to focus on reading. Focus means in the way that you read a lot on daily basis, right? And you read the stuff which is composed by the native speakers. If you follow the program in this sequence, you will improve tremendously. Your skills will improve tremendously without a lot of effort, right? So, now we start. How can we focus on listening? What is the benefit of listening a lot on daily basis? But the condition is that you listen the conversations of native speakers. Native speakers mean the people uh, who have been brought up in English speaking country like America or UK or Australia. What is the benefit? What is the advantage we get from it? Because when we listen to the native speakers, we get the correct accent of the words spoken. We get the correct pronunciation. And along with this, we also get the correct usage of spoken English grammar. How to use correct English, grammatically correct English, right? So, listening to the native speakers will help you a lot to improve your speaking skills. You are not going to focus on speaking, you are going to focus on listening. And it depends how much do you listen on daily basis. If you increase the volume of your listening, okay, it means you are going to improve faster as compared to if you listen a less stuff on daily basis. So listening will improve your speaking, and the listening of the material which is spoken by native English speakers, right? And then you must have books with you to read. read at least one paragraph or one essay on daily basis. Don't focus on writing, just focus on reading and try to understand the material. But again, the condition is the same, that material must be composed by native English writers, native authors. Okay? When you read the material composed by native English speakers or native English writers, you get the real English, right? And that real English will improve your writing, how to write correct English, because you get the correct usage of English grammar, you get the correct idiomatic phrases which are being used in English spoken countries current spoken English. That will not be a bookish English, okay? That will be the real English material, right? So this is also very important for you. Okay, these two skills, the reading and listening, have fundamental importance to improve your overall language skills. You will become fluent, your speaking will become automatic, you will not have to think about the material you are going to speak, you will not think in your language, you will start thinking in English language. So, if you want to speak a language fluently and without any effort, then you have to think in that language. Thinking in the language is very important. You don't have to translate in your mind, right? Because when you start translating something into your mind from your language into English language, your speaking speed slows down. Your speaking speed slows down, and you will not be able to speak uh, fluently in front of somebody. Okay, so now the actual plan comes. For example, you are a new one, a new speaker, a new learner. You want to acquire the second language. You're going for the acquisition of a second language. So there must be a proper plan for that, right? You have to follow certain rules, and if you follow them and you practice them on daily basis, I hope that you will be able to speak English within 6 months to 1 year. This is the required time. It depends on your effort, how much you listen and how much you read on daily basis. So you are not going to focus on speaking, you are just going to focus on listening. Okay, listen a lot on daily basis, and read a lot on daily basis. Make reading your habit and give some time, spare some time for reading on daily basis, right? Okay, now come to the point that which methods should we use to improve our English, and which program should we follow for the improvement of our language skills. First of all, what error we make when we start our language program, we take a book or we take a list of words and we start memorizing those words. Although we are capable of memorizing a lot of material on daily basis, but the problem is that words are very difficult to remember for a long period. Okay, one day you learn a lot of words, but on second day, third day, you forget most of them, right? So this is not an effective way of learning the new vocabulary. So what is the alternative and what is the correct way of learning the English vocabulary? So first thing which you have to keep in your mind, you are not going to memorize individual words. You are going to memorize and learn new English phrases. English phrases. Phrase means a group of words. That is not a single word, right? Why do we use phrases? We don't use the individual words for memorizing. What is the reason behind it? So I will try to explain that, right? When you learn a phrase, keep one thing in your mind, that phrases are very easy to memorize. Why? Because you don't memorize a single word, you memorize two, three, four words which are associated with each other, and they are supportive for each other for the learning process, for your brain. That will become easier for your brain to keep in the memory for a long period, because whenever you repeat or revise that phrase in your conversation or in your writing, you uh, get in your mind the whole context from where you got that phrase, right? So phrases teach you grammar, the context, and they are easier to remember for a long period, and they multiply the vocabulary you are learning, because you are learning three or four words, you are not learning a single word, and all those words are supportive for each other to be in the memory for a long period, right? So always use phrases to memorize. Don't go for individual or single words, because it is very difficult to memorize single words, right? Whenever you read, because I have already told you that read a lot on daily basis, right? When you read some material, you can underline the phrases. Never underline a single word or an individual word. Always underline a whole phrase or even a whole sentence. You can underline that and note that phrase in your phrase notebook. Always keep a phrase notebook with you in your pocket. A pocket size phrase notebook you can keep with you all the time. Whenever you read, you get some new phrase from the reading passage, you can note it down in your phrase notebook and write down the meaning also in form of a phrase, in form of a sentence. Explain that and make a sentence of that phrase in your notebook. You can write the whole sentence. So if you select the phrases like this, in this way, you will get a lot of material on daily basis. For example, you get 5 phrases on daily basis from any material. It means you are going to learn 20 to 25 new words and their usage in the language. How are they used correctly in a sentence? Grammatically correct English you learn from the phrases, right? So always learn the phrases, not the individual words, right? This is the first point from where you are going to start your English language program, your English language plan, right? Okay. During your learning the grammar skills or the language, do not focus on grammar rules, because if you start focusing on grammar rules, your speaking speed automatically slow down. Okay, automatically that will slow down. You start thinking in to about the grammar rules. Okay, you have to avoid that thinking about the grammar rules while you are speaking. So do not focus on grammar rules. If we don't focus, if we don't learn the grammar rules, then how can we learn the correct English grammar? The way for learning the correct English grammar is to listen to the English conversations which are held by native English speakers. In this way, you can learn the correct English grammar, right? This is the only way for the improvement of your English grammar. You can use the grammar in a correct way while listening to the native English speakers and focus on their sentences. How do they speak? How do they correctly use the grammar in their sentences? You will get the new idioms from them. You will get the new grammar structures from them. Okay, you will follow them and you will learn the grammar automatically just by listening. What you have to do, you have to just listen, right? You don't have to put too many effort to write the grammar rules and memorize them one by one. No, 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 no need for that, right? Okay, so this way of learning the grammar will teach you the correct grammar, and the speed of learning will very fast as compared to the way you use in your schools, in your colleges, that you learn the grammar from the books, you learn the rules, you solve the exercises. That will take a lot of time, and your speaking speed doesn't improve at the required speed, right? So never focus on grammar rules. If you want to improve your English grammar, you have to listen to the conversations of native English speakers. You have to listen to the short movies. You can listen to the short stories, okay, cartoon movies. That will improve your spoken grammar automatically, right? One thing which you have to keep in your mind, which is very important, this is another rule which you have to implement in your spoken English program. Never use the material written by non-native speakers, right? Always use the written material, the books, okay, the novels, the dramas, which have been composed by native English speakers. Always use the real English material for your learning, right? Real English material. Why is real English material important? Because when you read real English material, you get the real English, the essence of real English, right? So real English is important in the way that that teaches you the use of English, which is being currently used in spoken English countries, in English speaking countries, right? So always use the material composed by native English writers, right, for reading purpose. Whether it is for reading or it is for listening, you must consult the real English material, okay? And then comes the power of repetition. Whatever material you learn on daily basis, whether it is through reading or it is through listening, you have to repeat the material a lot. Always repeat it again and again and again and use it in your conversations, okay? You can practice it. Repeat. If you learn new thing, repeat it. If you learn another new thing, then repeat it. Repeat it. At least for 7 to 10 days, you have to repeat the same material again and again. Okay, this is the power of repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. In this way, you will learn the material deep inside your brain. You will take the material deep into your brain, okay, and that will become automatic, and eventually you start speaking correct English. You start speaking correct English. You start speaking without any hesitation, confidently, okay. This is also very important, right? uh, uh, Repetition is the mother of skill. After that, uh, there is the use of point of view stories in English language.